Beverly Hills Cop. Axel F. marks Eddie Murphy's return as the iconic Axel Foley, a role that catapulted him to stardom in the 1980s. The Netflix sequel attempts to revive the franchise's magic, but it stumbles in delivering fresh ideas and excitement. The movie begins with Axel Foley back on the streets of Beverly Hills, dealing with a new wave of crime. The familiar Detroit cop, now a bit older and wiser, finds himself navigating a more modern and digitalized world of law enforcement. However, despite the potential for an intriguing blend of old-school and new-school crime fighting, the plot falls into a pattern of predictable scenarios and clichés. Eddie Murphy's charm and comedic timing remain the film's strongest asset. His portrayal of Axel Foley is as engaging as ever, reminding audiences why the character became so beloved. Murphy effortlessly slips back into the role, delivering his lines with the same wit and swagger that defined the original trilogy. However, even his performance can't fully compensate for the lackluster script. The supporting cast features a mix of new and returning faces. Judge Reinhold reprises his role as Billy Rosewood, bringing a sense of nostalgia and continuity to the story. The chemistry between Murphy and Reinhold remains intact, providing some of the film's more entertaining moments. Newcomers to the cast, however, struggle to make a significant impact, often feeling like mere props to move the plot forward. The film's action sequences are competent but unremarkable. There are a few well-choreographed scenes that attempt to recapture the high-energy spirit of the original films, but they often feel forced and lacking in originality. The reliance on CGI effects in certain scenes also detracts from the gritty, street-level vibe that made the earlier movies so appealing. One of the major issues with Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F., is its reluctance to explore new territory. The movie relies heavily on callbacks and references to the original trilogy, which, while nostalgic, also highlight the lack of fresh ideas. The story feels like a rehash of familiar themes, with little innovation to set it apart from its predecessors. This adherence to formula results in a film that feels more like a tribute act than a bold new chapter. The humor in the movie is hit or miss. While there are moments of genuine hilarity, particularly from Murphy's quick-witted delivery, many of the jokes fall flat. The screenplay leans too heavily on outdated gags and recycled punchlines, failing to capitalize on the potential for more contemporary and relevant humor. This uneven comedic tone undermines the overall impact of the film. Visually, Beverly Hills Cop. Axel F. does a decent job of capturing the glitz and glamour of its setting. The cinematography showcases the opulence of Beverly Hills, juxtaposed with the grittier urban landscapes where Axel operates. However, this visual flair isn't enough to compensate for the film's narrative shortcomings. The soundtrack, featuring a mix of classic tracks and new compositions, aims to evoke the spirit of the original films. While it succeeds in moments, it also feels like an attempt to mask the film's lack of depth with nostalgic tunes. The iconic Axel F. theme makes a return, providing brief flashes of excitement, but it ultimately serves as a reminder of the movie's inability to break new ground. In conclusion, Beverly Hills Cop. Axel F. is a mixed bag. Eddie Murphy's performance is undeniably entertaining, and there are moments of fun and nostalgia. However, the film's reliance on old tropes, predictable plot, and lack of innovation prevent it from reaching the heights of its predecessors. For fans of the original trilogy, it offers a brief trip down memory lane, but for those seeking a fresh and exciting action comedy, it may fall short. While it's a treat to see Axel Foley back on the streets, one can't help but wish for a more daring and imaginative return.